Right. On tonight's episode of What Are We Having for Dessert, Mate? We're having creme brulee. So, first we get some cream. No, first we preheat the oven to 150 degrees Celsius. How fancy is that? Then, it doesn't work unless you have a beer on the boil. Could be a wine or a whiskey. Works out much better. Then we get the cream. 600 mils of cream. I've used not quite 600 mils of cream, so I bought an extra one of fresh cream, which is fancy. This has got a little bit of set in it, which is fancy. So we stick all the cream in the pot, and you know what would really help? This makes it much, much faster if you actually turn this on. That's masterful. So we boil the cream. Make sure you spill a bit on the bench. Helps a lot. Get every bit off. Lick your fingers. Works well. So we have 600 mils of cream on the boil in a fashion. Then we have a little thing full of 7 egg yolks. You may separate those and keep the egg whites. If you don't want to keep the egg whites, throw them in the bin. It works. The bin loves them. Thinks they're tasty. We have 1/3 of a cup of sugar. They go in with the egg yolks. Give them a bit of a mix. Vanilla extract. Lovely stuff. You can use vanilla essence, but it's crap. Vanilla extract works much, much better. And we use 3 teaspoons of this stuff. Works well. Hang that there to drain. Put the lid back on so we don't knock it over because it's very, very expensive stuff. Then we use the secret ingredient. Just bung a couple of capfuls in. Lovely. Chuck that in the sink. Mix her all up. Keep the bubbles out of it. And then we hang around and wait for the cream to boil. We don't actually boil the cream, it kind of boils at the edges first. That's it, it's done. Turn the hot plate off like a good person. Right. Now, with our left hand, we pour the cream as we stir the mixture and just pour it slowly and mix this in. because the hot cream will melt the sugar. In theory. And basically we want that very mixed. Or mixed proper. Now see those bubbles on top? We don't want those. So basically we do what we do the same as we do with the coffee, and bubbles are gone. Right. Then we need to pour these into our Black Betty Crème cans. Need a dish. Usually I would do this, put the water in later, but doing it different today. That'll do. Now, again, make sure there's no bubbles. Pour them in the ramekins. Rough idea of the levels. Again, get rid of the bubbles. Probably use a toothpick instead of your finger, but right. Then we put these in our oven for 30 minutes. Ready to roll. Right, our 30 minutes are up. We have our ready-made bits of crème brûlée. This can go horribly wrong because that's boiling water. We're safe, no one's dead, no babies died in the making of this. We get our crème brûlées out of our water, put them on a rack to cool off. That's a bit warm. Paper towel is optional. You can opt to have water everywhere. I've taken the decision to put water on the paper towel. Again, entirely optional. Make sure you do stunts so it looks like they're falling off. was a good stunt, that one. And then we wait for them to cool down enough to put in the fridge. Okay, now these little suckers have been sitting in the fridge for roughly 24 hours. We have to make the crust, so we put some caster sugar, roughly a teaspoon, a little bit less if need be. If you're Sharon, you use a little bit less. If you're John, you use a teaspoon. Sprinkle that evenly across the whole surface. Of the creme brulee. Right, you can either get the broken blowtorch or your spare blowtorch, whichever one you feel like using. Today we'll use the broken blowtorch, and we'll heat the sugar evenly until all of the little crystals melt together. Don't hold the torch in one spot for too long, or you will in fact burn the sugar. Keep this going until you get a nice golden crust. And then we'll let that set for about 5 minutes before you munch away and get fat.